Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This week I'm doing a Draw This Again video, and the image I chose is from 2011. It is an image of Howl from Howl's Moving Castle, which is a really awesome movie, and I really cannot believe this. I really love it. So I decided to redraw the image because I used to be very proud of it, and looking back at it now, I can see that I was very proud of it for certain reasons, but it doesn't hold up. Clearly it doesn't hold up. This original image was in my old files. It was in a folder called Awesome Drawing Final, and then within that it was in a folder called Decent, just literally called Decent. So I obviously moved it into a folder and considered it a decent piece of art. I just thought it was kind of funny. So looking at the original picture, what I really hated was my line art was really sloppy. It wasn't connected in certain parts, and on top of that I colored out of the lines, so I have really bad line art and I'm coloring out of the line art. So I don't know what I saw in this, but something. On top of that, the coloring, not the background. I think I did kind of all right on the background, but on Howl himself is really flat, and there's not a lot. There's shading there, but not very good shading. Another thing I really hate is his nose in the original drawing. It's just really awful. I mean, it's just like a triangle. I mean, it's not even the right shaped triangles. It's just like a little, I don't know what it is, but it's just like this little triangle shape that I threw on there and I colored darker. So that really bothers me. Another thing that bothers me is how stiff his proportions are. Like, he's just like a wall, or like a doll, or like a Barbie doll, like super stiff. No movement. It's just not it doesn't make for a dynamic image. The last thing that I have a problem with is the clothing. Albeit the clothing is not as bad as some of my drawings, but like his clothing wrinkles, like they're just terrible. It's just like harsh black lines on top of like this white color. So yeah, it just doesn't work for me. So yeah, that's why I chose to redraw it, because it was pretty bad. So when I went to redraw the image, I just really, I think I sketched him. Yeah, I sketched him on a piece of paper, but I only got in the middle of his torso, so I scanned it to my computer, and then I just darkened the image, made it transparent in part, and then I added the rest of his body digitally. Like, I just sketched it out, and I was so not about to draw line art for this. I'm like, that was a waste of time. So I just decided to jump right in and color over my terrible lines. But I had anticipated not using line art, so it's kind of like the lazy way out, because I don't have to draw over my lines and make clean line art. But it's kind of not the lazy way out, because I'm not just gonna fill the colors, I'm not just gonna fill the image in with colors, I'm gonna like paint the image. So it's a nice, it's how I like to do things. It's how I like to paint digitally versus using line art, which is how I used to do it, and that's how I learned. On Paint Tool Sai, I would draw the line art and then color it in, but now I just kind of paint. That's just the way I like to do it now. So for this image that I've redrawn, I really wanted to focus on making the colors so much more vibrant, because I really love his character design. I love his character design, and I love his like jacket. I just love all the colors in his jacket, and I just wanted to really make it vibrant. I wanted that to pop. So that's what I did. I made it more vibrant. I wanted him to be more fluid in terms of movement, but I didn't want to stray too much from my original image, because I'm drawing that image again. I'm not drawing an entirely different image. So I could have made him more fluid, but this was a nice balance between the original image and the redrawn image. So I just made a little bit more fluidity, but he's still just standing still, if that makes sense. Another thing that I really wanted was cleaner lines, and in this case I don't have any line art, but I tried to make my coloring clean lines for the most part, instead of just like color thrown everywhere. And then lastly, I really wanted him to have more dimension, which I really think I accomplished with the shading of this piece, because I shaded with multiple variations of colors, not just, you know, like taking the red and making it a darker red. Like I'd take the red and make it like a darker purple or red. I think that adds a lot more dimension than just shading with a darker color from the same color that you're using. If that makes sense. I shaded with darker colors, but variations of that color, different hues of the color. So I actually think that it came out all right, and I was really, I totally forgot to say this, but his freaking hands, if you looked at those hands, I don't know what those actually were. I don't know how that happened, but for the most part, I don't think I used references for hands. I just kind of drew them back then in 2011, but now I still suck at drawing hands, so not much of an improvement, but I do now. I use my own hands for reference, because then I can really focus on the pose I'm doing. I can just pose it myself and use my own hand as a reference, and that's really the easiest way for me to draw hands. It's just use it as a reference. But I think overall it came out a lot better than the 2011 version, but when I look at it, I'm not like I'm not crazy in love with it the way I was with that old piece. And maybe it's because I'm redrawing a piece and it's not like from my imagination. I don't know, I'm not really sure, but I think overall I accomplished what I was set out to do, and I really like the finished version, but there's some aspects of it that I don't particularly like. And the main aspect is the grass behind him, because in the original version I saw more of the grass because his jacket wasn't moving as much, and it was there's just more of the grass showing. And in this version, the new version, there's less of the grass showing because of that jacket, and I could have extended the image and just added more grass, but I didn't want to do that. I liked it cropped like that. So I'm terrible at drawing grass, but I don't like the grass that much, and I'm sure I could have improved on the grass more, but my hand was dying at this point and this video is already late, so I just kind of gave up, which sucks, but in a way it doesn't suck, because I know maybe I'll redraw this version again, and hopefully at that point in time it'll be a lot better. Who knows. But yeah, I think I accomplished all the elements that I set out to fix from the original drawing, and I really enjoy it. Yeah, it was fun. I just like redrawing old images. It's really fun, and this is a really old image from 2011, so yay for redrawing. And that's pretty much it. I don't know what I'm gonna do next week, but I'm gonna do something, and I'm sorry that this video is late, but I'm gonna post it in the middle of the week anyway, and hopefully somebody watches it, hopefully. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!